UK leadership favourite Liz Truss has reversed her public sector pay policy following backlash from fellow Conservatives and opposition parties. It's the first big misstep of her campaign, as a poll shows she has a smaller lead over her rival Rishi Sunak than previously thought.
There's no doubting the momentum behind Liz Truss. Cheered on in Exeter last night, she delivered her latest pledge to the party faithful.
This is partly about challenging not just the Treasury orthodoxy, but the Whitehall orthodoxy and getting things done. And I'm prepared to break eggs to make the omelette.
Today, though, a policy misstep has unravelled. Liz Truss pledged a civil service shake-up that would save £11 billion a year, £8.8 billion of which would come by adjusting wages for regional jobs, effectively paying government workers less in poorer parts of the country. The backlash came almost immediately.
Well, the policy of cutting the pay for northern teachers, police officers and civil servants seems like a surefire way to lose the next general election. And the idea that the north people in the north should somehow be paid less compared to counterparts in the southeast for doing the same job is completely counterintuitive to the levelling up agenda.
As experts warn that to make the savings, the plan would impact not just government departments, but teachers, nurses, police officers. Allies rallied to defend it.
We need a smaller civil service. We have 91,000 more people working for the civil service than we did in 2016. We need to get back to the 2016 level. That on its own will save about £3.5 billion, potentially more.
But it's not just the civil service, is it? Liz Truss is also talking about anyone's pay for the government. That involves teachers, that involves police officers, involves nurses, doesn't it?
That's not the plan. The discussion at the moment is around civil servants.
Soon after, though, came this, a statement from Team Truss saying over the last few hours there's been a willful misrepresentation of our campaign. Current levels of public sector pay will absolutely be maintained. Anything to suggest otherwise is simply wrong. Our hard-working frontline staff are the bedrock of society, and there'll be no proposal taken forward on regional pay boards for civil servants or public sector workers. A U-turn seized on by Team Sunak.
This policy would have been disastrous because it would have meant that many public sector workers, nurses, police officers and others would have faced a potential serious pay cut.
Liz Truss reportedly lobbied for regional pay when she worked in the Treasury 4 years ago. A source close to Rishi Sunak's campaign said the policy wasn't a mistake.
It was the timing that was a big part of the problem, talking about public sector pay in the middle of a cost of living crisis. Team Truss publicly point to Rishi Sunak's U-turns, but privately her allies admit that this has been badly handled. This was the first real stumble in Liz Truss's campaign, and it comes on the week where ballots arrive on Tory doorsteps.
But this is unlikely to derail Liz Truss's campaign. She remains the firm favourite. But it has raised questions about the competence and the judgment of the woman likely to be the next Prime Minister. Ali Fortescue, Sky News.